Well, welcome to Monday Makers, brought to you by Crafters TV from Crafters Companion. My name is George Akid. Wrapping up a fantastic Monday, but starting a fantastic week of brand new crafting, brand new ideas, brand new launches. It's been a very busy day today here on Crafters TV. Loads of you going crazy for that brand new Santa Paws collection. We'll be taking a little look at it, another look at it a little bit later on. Don't forget you can go back, watch all our shows, and join us for that fantastic Weekly Wonder show earlier today, where we delved into everything Santa Paws, a brand new paper pad sentiments. You've gone crazy for it. Monday Makers, starting your week off right with some great ideas and some old favourites returning, heading to the coast very, very shortly. But I was going to say an old favourite, but I don't mean the old bit. And she may kill me for saying that, but she's a favourite, definitely a favourite. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Leann's here. Hello.
Hello, I am old.
You're
as
not.
Confirmed by my 4-year-old granddaughter.
What happened?
Who regularly says to me, come on, you're really old, aren't you? And I say, I am, sweetheart. If you're 4, I suppose I am really old. So I'm okay with that because Ada tells me it regular, George.
I'm sorry, a legend though, legendary. Monday Makers, we've had a great day so far with the Santa Paws collection. Leann has been seeing some great examples. I mean, Leann, you got it there next to the Santa Paws collection. It is beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, the Santa Paws, absolutely beautiful. You can see them there. If you didn't get it, grab it. It is such an incredible collection for everybody, from the youngest to the oldest member of the family, male or female. And if you love a pet, and most people have got a furry pet, I think there was a poll where it said like 70% of the population in the UK had a furry pet. I've seen that on the news. I don't know why I've retained that statistic. I think it was 71.6% to be precise. And so, you know, when you've got a furry pet in your life, to be able to send these cards is absolutely lovely. But even if you don't and you send it to people who do, then it's brilliant to have that. And equally, if you're making these for charity, for PTAs, for church, for, you know, if you're working with a dog rescue centre, they're just absolutely brilliant to work with. They really are.
Absolutely. Take a look back at that fantastic show a little bit earlier on today. And now, as always, we want you to get involved in the show. Comment below. Let us know what you're up to on this fine Monday. Maybe you are waking up or having lunch, or if you're in the USA, maybe you're getting home from work. Loads of you saying hello. The wonderful Jan is back on the socials. I don't know why I said that. Jan's back. Trudy's saying hello from Central Florida. Hello to you. Mary Beth Doyle. Hi, everyone from Minnesota. Jane Adams. Good morning, everyone from fabulous Las Vegas. I've been to Las Vegas. I've only been to 2 places in America, Florida and Vegas. Lois, good afternoon, everyone from Ohio. And Laurie Barnett, Monday Makers. Is that a Ben thing? Does Ben get carried away on a Monday?
I have no idea. I haven't been on a Monday Makers with Ben for a long time, so I'm not sure.
Who knows? Monday, fun day. Ben's back tomorrow. A supply teacher is in session. Now, a collection which sold out of certain parts a few weeks ago, which you went mental for, was the Coastal Selection. It was the paper pad. It just sort of took it out of circulation. But we've made a new bundle for you. We've brought it back for you today. And I mean, I've not seen this one because obviously I'm only here every now and then. But I was just asking the guys, like, this is amazing. Now, we've replaced the fantastic paper pad with 2 Centura pearls, starting off with your white. Now, this is your, I mean, look at that. I mean, white's one of those colours where you just have to get it right, but that is beautiful. It's pearl. It's a beautiful pearl. You're getting 40 sheets of that, and you're getting 20 sheets of the old gold as well. So that's coming in there for you. You can see that gorgeous, I mean, that gorgeous shimmer there on the light. You're getting 20 sheets of that, 40 sheets of the white. Then, the other elements that you're getting within this collection is you are getting some beautiful, beautiful stamps and dies. Starting off first of all with the Beach Retreat stamp and die. I mean, again, there's so many ideas that you can do with this. You've got that wonderful beach hut, and you've got that detail there with the deck chair. I mean, you can do it in colours that suit you, colours that you maybe you've got a beach house. I always wanted a little beach house on the seafront. They are incredible. Then moving over onto your seashells on the seashore. This is not going to be easy for me to say. This is stamp and die for you again. How many times are you going to use these? We said this earlier about your Santa Paws collection. Yes, it's a Christmas theme, but there's so many different times that you can use those fantastic dogs, elements within that. Mother's Day, christening cards, maybe it's a summer card, just having a nice holiday, nice vacation, whatever you're up to. Then moving it to Under the Sea. Again, children's cards, beautiful George in my ear. That was amazing. Beautiful singing. That's in there for you. That Under the Sea. That's a wonderful seahorse and the starfish. Now remember as well, you are getting the stamp and the dice, so all the hard work is done for you. Then this beautiful lighthouse. This is awesome. Then the detail in that as well. And also what you might not be able to see there is you've got a little bit of embossing in here as well. You've got the little stripes, and a little bit of a door down there as well. So you could do that in white and raise that embossing, do a bit of embossing within the inks and bring out your reds. Talking of embossing, this is your fantastic 3D embossing folders that you're getting here. The guiding light. Again, look at that lighthouse detail there. You can see all the detail, the seagulls, the rocks, the waves crashing against there. It's really immersive. That is awesome. And then you move on to your seashells. Seashells, again, more 3D. I just love the detail. You can really see that detail there as well. They've got a name, like the Cornelius or something. Cornelius or something, I can't remember, they've got a name, haven't they? It's that kind of shells. You can see the different depths of there, and that's when we're talking 3D. You see those wonderful elements come out of life. And then this, the coastal collection, again, with the beautiful coastlines. That on the map of the world is just awesome. I mean, someone's going on a new trip, they're exploring the world, they are going on a, travelling around the world, wherever they may be going. Indiana Jones, yeah, maybe you're making a birthday card for someone who's a big Explorer fan, like the Indiana Jones fan. That would be awesome to do that. What I forgot to mention about the stamps and dice as well is the boat and the anchor out at sea. I forgot about to mention them, they fell off my pack. But again, if someone's going travelling around the world, you can just easily pull out. Maybe they're starting a job on a cruise ship. Maybe they are starting their job as a sailor or as an anchor maker. You can make them something like that. But then, you know where we go with Crafters Companion, the wonderful sentiments. And there are some brilliant sentiments here for you within this collection. Dance with the waves. There's so many great sentiments for you. Good vibes, happy on the tides. Take me onto the coast. Dive into the blue. Beach days, life's a wave, catch it, see you soon, vitamin C, dancing with the waves, high tides and good vibes, beach days. Do you know, a lot of people have bathrooms that are decorated coastal. You can make some great coastal decorations for your bathroom, personalised to you. If that wasn't enough for you within that collection, you're also getting 3 fantastic ink pads as well, your quick dry ink pads. Starting off with your Frosty Jade, that's in there. You're also getting my favourite, Pale Fig, that's in there for you as well. And finally, Pumice as well. 3 fantastic ink pads, £90, $120. If you are Club Inspire, remember, you are getting for £72, $96. And the most important thing for you guys in the States, it is tariff-free. Now, there's some great elements individually there, but this is where this collection comes together. When you merge all of the items together, you can create some amazing ideas, some amazing collections. Leann, this is just another beautiful collection, but a very different kind of vibe to it.
Oh, we love this. We love a bit of coastal in our lives. You know, I just love going to Cornwall and I love going to St Ives is one of my favourite places on the south coast. I blooming love St Ives. And I just love a beach theme. I love going up to Northumberland. I like going to sea houses and taking a boat over to see the puffins. I love going over to Holy Island. I love walking along the Northumberland coastline, wherever it is. Alnwick, Almouth, Berwick. Up at Bamborough, going to Walkwith Beach, absolutely incredible. It's just one of those things, I think you go to the sea and you feel rooted, like grounded, don't you? You know, it just it's very, very relaxing, that whole experience. So whenever we do a coastal collection, it's always super, super popular with you. And this, by no exception, has been one of the most popular we've done.
Wow.
There are so many beautiful things you can do. I'm going to show you how to cut and colour this lighthouse, if you'd like to know how to make that topper. And then the map embossing folder behind, I'm going to show you how that has been created as well. We're going to do a couple of little techniques rather than a full card. This, with the beach huts, I think is absolutely glorious. And that could be, that's not using paper from the paper pad, that can be any background you've created yourself. You're creating that beautiful look and feel. Here, the embossing folder is the full background.
Amazing.
Which is great. I'm going to show you how to colour it like that. Here again, you can see you could use any papers that you've got and then just use some lovely speckled watercolour technique in the background, which gives an illusion of sea and colouring your seahorses. The embossing folder for the lighthouse that comes is absolutely gorgeous. When you colour that in too, it works an absolute treat. And there you can see the same using the little ships that we've got in the collection as well. I love that embossing folder when it's coloured in.
That's
it just looks absolutely glorious, as you can see. And then you've got all of your embellishments down there as well. which we've got in that collection. And then here you can see, use any paper, doesn't have to be a coastal paper. And when you use those embellishments with it, it really does take on that look and feel. So it's a great collection with all of the elements in to be able to make things in this genre.
It really is. Do you know what I once saw someone do? They bought an old map book from a charity shop for a couple of pounds, and then they used those maps as backgrounds for their cards. So imagine a real map, and you can really go to town with that. Again, £90, $120, your Club Inspired price today. £72, $96, tariff-free for you guys in the States. Does anybody collect sand? I know some people do this. When they go to different beaches around the world, they take a little bottle of sand with them to remember where they've been. Well, that's really nice. Yeah, a really nice idea. You could make a little frame for that, something like that. Loads of you getting in touch. Great to have you with us. Mary Pat saying about our Santa Paws collection. Good morning, everyone. From sunny Montana. I can't get enough of Leann and these adorable fur babies. They are beautiful. Carol saying about the coastal collection. I love lighthouses. The wonderful Caroline on Facebook. Good evening, George, Leann, and the Crafters crew from sunny Cumbria. Is it lovely? The weather keeps changing at the minute in the UK. You had a glorious heat wave, torrential rain, and back to glorious sunshine now. I was deciding whether I'd come in the shorts today, in the wonderful chino shorts. I thought, no, you know, everyone's in the office today, I best look smart. I'm so warm. The wonderful Crafty Not Grafting by Hilary. I live a mile from the beach. I prefer it in the winter, when it's quieter. I love a winter beach. A winter beach is awesome. Trudy on YouTube, I love the map embossing folder. Very excited to see it used. Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a closer look at this in action. Leann, what are you going to be making for us?
So we're going to have a look at how to emboss and colour the map embossing folder, and then we're going to have a look at how to cut and colour the lighthouse as well.
Right.
George, how many embossing folders have you got in the collection
I've got 3, my lovely.
And those 3 are?
The 3 are, let's release those big money balls. They are the lighthouse, the ones with the seashells. Lovely. And the map of the world.
I was doing something else when you mentioned the seashells, so I didn't know if you had it over there. So before I got it out and embossed it, I wanted to make sure that it was in the collection. So actually I'm going to emboss the seashells and the map, and I'm going to colour them both so you can see how to colour them both with some inks, and then we're going to do the lighthouse and you can see how you can pop them on a card.
Great.
And what that does will just show you, because I think sometimes when you get embossing folders you can get them home and think, right, I've just embossed a texture, I don't know what to do. Whereas if I show you how to add colour, you'll see how with all of the other elements that you've got in that collection, all of the dies and stamps, you can start creating your own backgrounds, not having the paper pad, use any paper pad you like, but how you can start to create your own backgrounds and display them and get that lovely coastal feel still. So I'm going to take my guillotine, and we're going to cut some watercolour card. And so I need a piece of watercolour card at 5 by 7. Because that's the size of the seashell embossing folder. And I'm going to guess 7. That'll do. We can judge later how close I am to 7 by guessing it there. And then this one will be 5.5 by 5.5. So we'll do 5.5, and this is all from one piece of watercolour card. 5.5 by 5.5. There we go. So I've got from one piece of watercolour card, a 5 by 7 background, a 5.5 by 5.5 background for that folder, and then I've got a piece of watercolour card left, which will also cut my lighthouse.
Amazing.
And then I've got a spare piece left. So you see, from one piece of watercolour card, we've been able to do quite a lot there.
Yeah.
So I've got all the bits ready to go. So let's emboss first. And these folders are 3D embossing folders, which gives you all of that real depth of texture, and it really does bring it to life. And you need a reduced sandwich for that. I'll tell you the plates. So with your watercolour card, you're going to pop it into the folder. It does not have a right or wrong side, so you just choose. Close it up, and then the sandwich you're going to use is one white cutting plate, a magnetic, which we may or may not need. The machine might say, no, out. And then the frosty one. So we'll try it with the magnetic in first. If it doesn't like it, we'll take the magnetic out and we'll do it without.
Perfect. Here is the moment of faith. Does it like it? It's taken it. No issues on that one. Beautiful.
There we go. It liked it. Right. So now we've got the map, and I'm going to do the same with the map. So I've got my 5.5 by 5.5 piece, I'm putting it inside the folder, closing the folder over, and then putting it through the same sandwich. And when I'm working on several pieces like this, I always do this. It's almost like a batch make. So I know I want to work on the map, I know I want to work on the seashells, I know I want to cut my die. So what I would do is do all of my embossed pieces like this, because I've got my sandwich ready. Then I would get my sandwich ready to do my die cutting, put that piece through, and what it does is give you an amount of speed to what you're doing, but then just leaves you with all of the joy of doing the bits of crafting that you're doing, you know, so you've got all the bits in front of you, rather than die cutting a piece, embossing a piece, etc, etc. I just like to do them all in one go. I'm just going to keep that still so it doesn't move, put my sandwich through, and then cut the lighthouse out.
Amazing.
Run that through.
Loads of you loving the fantastic Coastal Collection. Leann on YouTube, Coastal Collection is exquisite, it really is. And Carol on Facebook, I ran the Coastal folders with metallic card and a Centura white pearl. OMG, those shells were absolutely gorgeous. I can imagine they are.
You know who you are for me. We should do a Chivs Tunes in this show. Have you heard of Chivs Tunes, George?
No, I've not heard of Chivs Tunes.
Right, Chivs Tunes. So I've got a, some call it a knack, some call it an affliction, of turning words into songs constantly.
Right.
And so to that lady, I was going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. But I couldn't do that. I couldn't just say those things. I was about to go, you took the words right out of my mouth. I can't help it. So you took the words right out of my mouth because I've got down here a beautiful piece of matte mirror card. And my next thing I was going to do is cut you a piece and put the shells through on that. Because when you see the shells on a piece of matte or shiny mirror card, you'll be getting all of your mirror cards out. And here's the thing, with shells, they come in multiple colours, don't they?
Yes.
So you can use your brightest, most vibrant, most in your face, whatever it is, or subtle pieces of your matte mirror card and get a beautiful result. Now, what I'm also going to show you, because I'm all about the frugal crafting, George. So we'll come to these now and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. This is the shells on watercolour card. I don't know if you can see the texture, but you'll see it when I ink it.
Amazing.
There you go. Look at that. That's the texture on watercolour card, which is absolutely incredible, isn't it?
It looks delicate.
It does. It's absolutely beautiful. When you feel it and touch it, the sculptural nature of those is absolutely unbelievable. It really is. And you can decide to work on the reverse or on the positive. It's entirely up to you. I think I might work on the reverse for this one, actually.
Okay.
I think I might throw caution to the wind. Right, now what I just want to show you is this same folder, 3D folder, but on the mirror card.
Right.
Now then, do I want the reverse or do I... how do I want it? I want to do it this way. I'm doing it this way, George.
Okay,
Right, so
I
I've
won't
got
stop
the
you.
crafter's companion at the back and the fancy bit facing up, in case anybody's wondering. And then my sandwich is a white sheet, a magnetic, and my frosted shim. Let's put that straight through here now, and we can compare the two. You'll see the difference.
Quite excited to see this because it's very embossing. It's very rare to see it on anything but white cardstock.
Yeah, it's because then we're usually adding ink to it or something like that.
Look at that.
Now, if that is just a card front, you don't need anything else. Look at that. How absolutely stunningly beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Is that? It really is, isn't it? It's glorious. Now, the other thing I just wanted to show you is I've got a little bit of spare, where have I put it? Here, mirror card. Now, don't think you have to emboss full pieces in your folders.
Okay.
Because I've got a little bit of spare mirror card here, and I'm just going to pop that into my folder anywhere. I'm not being careful about the placement. And then I'm going to run this through again. So all of your little scraps that you've been left behind when you've been using your mirror cards, your matte mirror cards, your special effects, your Centura pearls, whatever it is, take your little strips, run them through the embossing, and look at that. You've got now a lovely little accent for a card. It doesn't ever need to be a full piece if you don't want it to be. So yes, your mirror and matte mirror cards look absolutely incredible with that folder. Okay, so now I've got my map. Look at that. Look at that.
That looks awesome.
It does. And then here's my shells. I'm going to do the reverse, and there's my little lighthouse. I've also got the lighthouse embossing folder. We'll see where we are with time. You never know, I might get a chance to do that too. What I wanted to do was show you how to make lots of different pieces that then you can assemble and make into projects yourself at home. So you've got there a frosty jade and a pale fig in the collection, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got frosty jade, you've got a pale, I know you said pale pig then, and a pumice as well.
A pumice. So I'm using a couple of other colours as well, but I wanted to incorporate those too because you've got them in your collection. So I'm going to use my blending brushes, and I've got those 2 ink pads out. That's the frosty jade and the pale fig. Okay, so let's put these to one side. And these sessions on an evening can be really great, can't they?
Yes.
To just not have to focus on a full card and just keep it really educational and show you lots of little pieces. Yeah, pieces that you can then do something with.
So you're just wetting the tissue there, Leann?
So only reason I'm wetting the tissue is I'm checking that the brushes have been put away clean.
Okay.
So it's a tiny little mist on the paper tissue, and then run your blending brush over, and if it's not leaving any colour, which it's not, they've been put away clean. So I was just testing because I didn't want it to mess my design.
Well, Jake is in the building, so we would have had a word with him live on the air.
Right, so I am picking up the colour. So this one I'm picking up pale fig with my blending brush.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take it in to certain areas. Look at that. It's honestly, the emboss on here is absolutely exceptional. Look how incredible that is. It just picks it up beautifully. So there's the pale fig. So I'm picking just random areas of shells.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily being very selective or picky with it. I'm just making sure I've got a nice distribution across.
They're just beautiful. They really
Gorgeous,
is an
isn't it?
awesome embossing folder.
I agree. So I'm going to have a little bit down here. I'm going to go a little bit up here.
I mean, if you're doing a Little Mermaid themed card,
Yeah.
or if you're doing, you know, something like that, that'd be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, a lot of people, just like a lot of people like butterflies,
Yeah.
there's no reason to craft with a butterfly. You just like them. Or, you know, people like floral
Yeah.
in the garden. Some people are just very attracted to the ocean and the sea. And so having a coastal collection which allows you to craft in that style or make cards for people in that style is absolutely brilliant. And I have to say the design elements in here they're off the chart amazing. They really are. So that's my pale fig. Now I'm going to my frosty jade, which is the other ink pad in that collection there. So I'm just picking up some of the frosty jade ink onto my brush.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go alongside and let the two mix in together.
They look incredible. And again, those two colours, I think, they won't go together. They work so well together,
They really
the grey
do.
and the purple.
Yeah, the mint and the purple do work really lovely together. So this is the frosty jade filling in, and then what this does is make a beautiful background, all from scratch. You've made it yourself.
Yeah.
For you to then, cut up, make into a card, do some matting and layering, make one of the toppers, maybe the boat or the seahorse or the anchor, or the die-cut lighthouse, as I'm about to do, whatever you want, and lay them all up with a little sentiment, and you've got a card before you know it.
You really have.
Yeah, you have. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more of the pale fig and pick up a couple of areas. I'm just deepening a couple of areas there, so it feels a little bit more iridescent. There we go. So you can see how that's coming together. It looks great, doesn't it? And then I want to bring in a couple of brighter colours. So I'm going to bring in now, just to pick out some accents, I've got a bit of Oasis. Mad for it. You were going to say that, George. George in my ear always.
Help it,
whenever we say Oasis, mad for it. So I'm just picking up a little bit of this because it's a deeper colour and I don't want it to overwhelm.
Yes.
So I pick up a little bit of that, and then with a light hand, just go and pick up some areas just to deepen it up.
Is that the same brush or is it a different?
This is the same green brush.
Okay.
And when I come to do the deeper purple in a second, I'll use the same pale fig brush. But I have been rubbing it on the wet tissue in between.
Well, Trudy was just saying, I'm so excited to use my new blending brushes now that I know how to clean them.
Oh, well, do you know what? Yes, absolutely. It can be overwhelming. You think, how do I do that? But when you see how I do it, it's so easy in between. And if you've just got that damp tissue on your desk while you're crafting, then it just makes it very, very easy.
Great.
So that was a little bit of Oasis, just picking up that there. And then I'm going to take in a little bit, and I'm building up all the different greens in areas. I'm going to build up the different blues in areas, and you start to build up the depth that I mentioned, the texture. So I've got now a little bit of the green topaz, and this is just very light again, hardly any. And you see that just picks out the detail.
Amazing.
And gets those shells to pop. And I'm not pushing the brush in to this folder now. I'm just letting it glide over the top. And by letting it glide over the top, what it's doing is picking up the detail of the folder and allowing that many, many layers of beautiful dimension to come forward in the designing. See how by building the layers up with the different colours, it really starts to pop that design, doesn't it?
It really does.
So now I'm going to do the same, and I've got a little bit of crushed velvet with my other ink, with my other brush, but I'm just going to give it a
quick clean, yeah.
And if you need a little bit more water, you can just put a little bit more water on, and then you brush onto the damp bit, brush onto the dry bit to dry it.
Right.
And it's perfectly bone dry because the water just sits on the surface. So once it's clean, I've now got a bit of this crushed velvet. And this is a very deep colour, so I've picked up a tiny bit with that, hardly any. And then in the more lilac areas, I'm just going to go...
Wow. Just to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, it is limited stock. If you are wanting to grab the Coastal Collection that you see there on the screen, no, it's on the stage, see on the screen, we are into single digits of this collection available. So my advice to you is check it out now. There's a few of you, there's more of you who have this in your basket than there is available. So some of you are going to be disappointed. I don't want that to be you. So if you are wanting to get the Coastal Selection that you're seeing Leann use now, along with those ink pads and those sheets of Centura Pearl for £72, $96, remember it's tariff free, check it out now.
Okay, so there you can see that's built up that. Now I'm just going to bring my paper trimmer in.
Yeah.
And we don't often get time to just take out time to show you this, so it's lovely when the collection's back like this that you do get the chance to show you all. So all I'm doing is trimming away where the card was a little bit bigger than the folder. So all I've got is the embossed piece remaining. That would be matted and laid for a card. So you can see I've trimmed away the excess pieces of card off the end there.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is, to make this pop even more, is with a couple of more darker colours. So I'm going crushed velvet and midnight now. Clean my brush again.
Every one of these is always going to be different as well.
Every single one, always different, yes, 100%. So now what we're going to do is just bring into the edges of it what's called a vignette.
Great.
So we're going round the very edges just with the darkest colour, and what that does is make the central design really, really pop. So this is crushed velvet, and that's why I trimmed it, so I could go around the edge and do this before I mat and lay.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, you wouldn't even need to mat and layer this because the vignette is almost a full mat and layer. This could go straight on the front of a white card base, little sentiment, a little accent topper from one of the ones in the set, and you are good to go. So you see how doing that dark around the outside already makes that light in the centre really pop forward. So that was with crushed velvet. And now I'm going to go in with midnight. This is very dark, so a little bit, and it's just round the edge.
Lovely. What are those chocolates called that are seashells? Gullivans?
Oh, Goulian.
You can make if someone likes chocolate, you could do it in brown inks. Just try and think how you get the most out of this. Take it to the next level. Leann on YouTube. Leann, is there a difference between the blending brushes and the smaller round or square brushes that we have used in the past?
So the small round and square sponges will blend ink, it's just, it's a smaller surface area.
Right.
So that smaller surface area means you're blending for longer. I prefer the brushes. The brushes are always my first choice because you get that beautiful, smooth lay down of colour.
Great.
And it's very soft, and I can be in places, lower in places. I can apply a little bit of pressure, a lot of pressure. With the foam, you're applying a pressure all the time. So if you want to do a very dense coloured of something like a topper, the foam's great. If you want to get this building up of texture and layer and softness and blending, then the brushes are better.
Yeah.
Every tool has a purpose.
Yes.
And so the reason we've got those sponges and the brushes in our collection is because there's a reason for the sponges, a reason for the brushes. For this technique, the brushes are definitely best. But you can see there, and if we just come to the close on that, I've just cleaned me thing. I'm going to do the map for you as well. But look at how beautiful that texture is.
That's awesome.
And it's like it's shining from within, isn't it? Look at the
amazing.
detail in it. And that's just building it up, the different colours, and then doing that lovely vignette around the outside. There you can see it in its entirety. Use it landscape or portrait, however you would like. And then if you want to, you can even take some of our glitter glues. So if I just take one of our little glitter glues here, I've got a little lilac one and a clear one, and you can give it a little bit of extra shimmer by just picking some areas and highlighting on the back. So I'll do this and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is one of the lilac ones.
Mary Pat on YouTube, oh my goodness, I didn't have this, even have it in my cart yet. If you are wanting to get this selection that you're seeing Leann use now, you need to be checking it out. It's limited stock. We are into single digits. £90, $120, £72, 96 new Club Inspire. Remember, you're getting all those elements that you love from the Coastal Selection. You've got the Lighthouse embossing folder, you've got the seashells and the map, you've also got the die, the stamps, everything else, plus 3 fantastic ink pads, Pale Fig, you've got the pumice, and you've also got one more. And I was trying to be really cocky without looking, and I've not looked. It's there. It's the Floral Jade. That's in there as well. Damn it, so
Frosty Jade.
Frosty Jade. I can't even read what I've got in front of me. Also, you're getting 60 sheets of Centura Pearl. You're getting 40 of your white and 20 of your old gold.
Right, so I've just done a little bit of glitter glue and I've just picked a couple of little areas. I haven't gone over the top. I've kept it subtle. And if we just have a look there you go. You can just see there's some lovely little sparkly areas. So you can do that with your embossing folder, make your own back, use all of those decorative pieces, and it's going to look absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so that's that. Shall I do the map now?
Yeah.
Have we got time to do the map?
Have we got map time, George? Yeah. Okay. Just producer George is in. I'm not talking to myself. I want to point this out. I'm not losing the plot. But I was going, have we got time, George? Third person.
Right, okay. So, I'm just going to clean my brushes and I'm going to grab another ink pad, George, and I'll be
while
back
you're doing that,
in
I'm just going to read some of these lovely comments that are coming in.
Okay.
Rosalind on Facebook, those embossing folders are so detailed. Kendall on Facebook, Leann, I love how you are giving them measurements and instructions. Always happy to help. And she says, I love the brushes much more than the sponges. And I was saying that, you know, the sponges have got a use, the brushes have got a use, and sometimes it's personal choice, isn't it? Everyone's got a choice. Some people like a certain coffee shop. And absolutely. Someone's asked a really quick question. Stephen on YouTube. When embossing, can you colour the embossing folder with ink, Leann?
Yes, absolutely. You get a very different result. I mean, if we want to emboss all day, I can show you that. We can do a show of embossing techniques. Why not? Yes, of course you can apply your ink and you get almost letterpress look, and it looks great. So yes, you can.
Absolutely. And I think Karen sums it up perfectly. The colours are brilliant and look like the sun reflecting on white shells. Amazing. Like we said, it is limited stock on the Coastal Selection. I think a lot of you got this in your basket. My advice to you is check it out during the next break. Myself and Leann will back here with more from the Coastal Selection in just a few moments.
The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing.
The inspiration, the products, to make our own and make it our own.
I get so much inspiration and tips and tricks from everyone there at Crafters Companion.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo.
That is why I love Crafters Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before.
I wouldn't be the crafter I am today without Crafters TV, so thank you.
From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Saarbrücken, Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage, and Hurtville, Seattle, Cocañon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Cocañon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Manningham, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Salisbury, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. It's Monday Makers with me, George Akid. Happy Monday wherever you... Sorry, Leann, you can't see what I could see, but Leann was doing like a little duck impression. And then, but Jane sent me a joke. She went, "Hey George, what do you call 2 ducks and a cow?" Quackers of milk.
Oh, I was thinking quack, quack, cow, quack, quack, cow, but quackers and milk.
Quackers of milk.
I've had to put my fan on. I'm having a personal summer. Or is it just really hot in here?
It is hot.
Is it?
But I am
Okay,
of
it's not
palatial
me, it's the
girth,
heat.
so I do sweat quite a bit. We are looking at the fantastic coastal selection. Not many of these left in stock, but a lot of you have already managed to get your hands on this. We'll give you some great inspiration. We've been looking at the embossing files before the break. Leann delved deeper into that wonderful seashells embossing folder, which looked stunning in those beautiful blues and pale figs. Amazing, and those wonderful glitter highlights in there as well. Remember the deal that you're seeing is £90, $120, £72.96. Club Inspire. Remember, it's tariff-free for our friends over in the good old US of A. Remember, if you're wanting to grab this, do not sit around. You can see it's there. There is limited stock. And in the words of Benjamin Charles Mosby, if it's green on the screen, it soon won't be seen, you see. So you can't be hanging around for that. Leann just says, well, it's an amazing mix of colours, just gorgeous. If you missed that, you can always go back and watch that, because that was a beautiful demonstration with those seashells. Right, what's the next embossing folder we're going to look at, Leann?
Right, the next one is the map. And I really wanted to take time with these embossing folders in this collection for you in this show, because you can all cut out a die and a stamp and colour it as you would like. But I wanted to show you how you can make your own really beautiful custom backgrounds to frame all of those things that you can cut out from the collection. So we've got the 3D map embossed now, and we're going to use the same techniques as we used before. So you've got my tissue and my spray bottle to clean my brushes in between. And then we're just going to start adding colour. So I'm going to go again with the 2 colours that we started with before. I've got Frosty Jade.
Yep.
That's going to do some sea. I've got Oasis. And I've got Green Topaz. I think I want a bit of a bluer one. I'll be back. I'm just going to get a bluer. Yeah, I've got it here. It's all right.
You got it. You're all right.
I'm good.
I'm there mid-prepping. I'm ready.
This is the one I wanted. Ocean Blue. And I always want to sing that Ocean Drive. That song. I can't think of the words.
Ocean Drive? Oh.
Don't know why I feel something. It was the Lighthouse Family or something.
Yeah. Forever.
No, not that one. Not that one. Oh, it'll come back to me in a minute and I'll sing it out to you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I will.
We'll sing it loud and proud. I'm surprised, Leann, you haven't managed to grab tickets to go and see Oasis. Are you an Oasis fan?
No.
Well, that's the end of that conversation right now. Yeah, I couldn't get him. Because you don't get him, George.
So my son and his partner managed to get 2 sets. My son's partner got 4, my son got 4, and they're going with friends. And I'm babysitting the girls.
Oh.
I think it's next week.
Yeah.
They're off to
Is it
Manchester.
Manchester. My friend's one of the lighting guys on it. He's, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's just like one of the riggers. and has to stay there and make sure it's all safe.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
And you know, I never really... So, young Liam,
Yeah.
he wasn't for me.
No.
No. And I mean, that was back in the day. So my Peter was born in 94, and I think they were big in 92. That was when they first exploded onto the scene, 92, and Peter was... Yes, all of that definitely may be stuff.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for me. I know it was a lot for lots of people, but I just didn't think it was setting a good example to the youngsters, which has made me fit. Do you know, I'm making myself sound very old and legitimising everything Ada says about me, but there you go. So he wasn't for me. However, old Liam, or older Liam, more mature Liam, I'm all right with him actually, because I watched him on have you ever seen on the television where they do the programmes where a group of school children interview a celebrity and nothing's out of bounds, they can ask anything.
Yeah.
I watched him answer the questions to those kids, and he was very candid and very like, look, I was a bad lad and you shouldn't do that. He was just very, very good. And so I was like, oh, I quite like you now.
Danny Dyer did it. I like Danny Dyer's one. Did you see the one Danny Dyer did?
Yes, that's
was
good. So yes, so I'm a little bit more tolerant of older Liam. Sounded like his mum. Sound like his mum. And then I seen a clip somebody posted on social media once. There was some kids had been sitting outside the stadium trying to see if anybody had a spare ticket. They wanted to get in, desperate, and they were just stopping everyone. They were only young kids, about 17 or 18. And then and somebody was just there, like, filming them randomly. And he pulled up in a car. He's like, what are you doing here, lads? And they were like, oh, we're trying to get him a car, we get tickets. They were like, oh, whatever. And then he goes away, he's like, sorry, you didn't get tickets, you know. Thanks for turning up, kind of thing. And then he goes away in his car, and then a few minutes later, one of his crew comes back with tickets.
Nice.
And they just gives them to them, and I thought, oh, I like you now, Liam. You're for me. He's got a good side. So, yes. So if anybody was interested or not interested, that's my thoughts on Oasis. And that all started, bringing it back to the craft, from the use of the Oasis Harmony Water Reactive ink pad,
you see,
which is the perfect colour for this map.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leann, everybody. Bringing it back on track. Since 19... whatever.
Oh, from a long time ago.
Yeah.
19, don't want to mention. Right, now you can see what I'm doing with the map is I'm focusing on the sea, and I'm going round where the ocean is, and just layering up a little bit like I did, well, very like I did with the shells, just taking time to lay up that colour. I'm not worried about the fact that it's going on the land a little bit, because you'll see what I'm going to do with that in a second. And the two can blend into each other, because we're not trying to create, you know, a perfect, an aerial satellite photograph here. We're creating an approximation, a feeling. We're creating a feeling.
We're not Google Earth, people.
We're not Google Earth, no. Right, so once I've got that all in there, I will stop and clean my brush. I always do this. It's a very good habit to get into, to always just run your brush over the damp tissue before you put it back anywhere, and then you're never going to pick a mucky brush up and stick it into an ink pad you don't want to stick it into. It's just a good habit to get into. And then I'm going to start with my Sandstorm and Fryer...
So Sandstorm's the one where it's, for me...
Yeah.
By Darude.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound anything like that.
No, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You're right, it doesn't sound like that. But I know what you mean.
Just to let you know that this is now super limited stock. There's not another graphic. But there's only 4 left of this collection. If you are one of the 6 people with it in your baskets, it's time for a fight. So if you are wanting to grab this, do not wait around. I promise you, someone's going to be disappointed. Don't let that be you.
And so we're just building up the colour, exactly as I did with the shells, but you can see it's on a different thing, and it's starting to build up that feeling of the map. And so now I'm focusing on the areas that are the land, and I've started with mix the lids up, Sandstorm.
See, it's just Tourette's, it just comes out.
And then I'm going to move to Fryer Brown, And then I'm going to move to a little bit of seal brown. And it's building up the colours in this way is what gives it all of that texture, the depth, the dimension, the multiple layers. It works with the multiple layers that are in the folder. So, you know, you can see how all of that detail builds up. And when I'm applying this first layer of colour, as I'm with Sandstorm, I'm pushing the brush in.
Right.
So I'm literally grinding the colour into all levels of the folder.
But by doing that, it's giving you those wonderful darks and lights, isn't it? Those different textures within the map.
Absolutely. So the next layers I use, when I start to use darker colours, I won't give it the pressure with the brush.
Right.
I'll be glided over the top to catch the top embossed areas and not get all of the deep, deep colour into there. So when I'm doing this, you'll see I'm actually really giving it some welly, got some pressure in, building up the colour. That's already starting to look like a map.
It really is.
So that's the Sandstorm done. I'll forgive you, thousands wouldn't. I'm the same, George, I can't help it. I just turn words into songs constantly. If you didn't know, that's what Chivers tune is. So when we're doing product development, we're all talking about things, and you know, we're just talking in general. I'll think of a song and I'll say it. So now we capture that song on the whiteboard for an entire month of product development meetings, and at the end of the month I make a Spotify playlist with all of the random songs on, because 90% of the songs I sing, my group of people never heard the song, don't know it, because they're all from the 70s and 80s and early 90s, and some of them weren't born till much way after that.
You see?
So it's educational as well. Now this is Friar Brown.
Yeah.
And Friar Brown, now I'm not pushing in the deep texture, I'm letting it glide over the top, and what that's doing is just picking up the raised areas, giving all of the definition to the land areas.
People won't believe you've made this. Do you know, if you're sending this to people, oh, where did you buy this from? Oh, I made this. And I honestly don't believe people would think that. Diane's asking on YouTube, Leann, could you put the blue sea colour on your embossing folder and then brush the brown on after?
You could, but you would get blue everywhere, and then you'd be brushing brown over the top, unless you were a little bit more choosy about where you put the blue. But if you're wanting the effect that I've exactly got here, it's best to do the blue as I've done it and apply it to the card first, like after you've embossed it, because you can be specific about where the colour's going.
Amazing.
So this is with Friar Brown now, and you see I'm not applying any pressure now, I'm just allowing the deeper colour to highlight the raised areas, and it's adding depth, it's adding texture, it's adding dimension.
What's the name on a map? Contours. It's adding the contours of
that's
the
a
map
good one, yes.
when the mountains go up.
Okay, so that was Friar Brown. So now I'm going in with my Seal Brown.
Chris of a Rose. See, Friar Brown made me think of a song by Mika called Billy Brown.
Oh, I love Mika.
Yeah.
I've seen Mika at Tea in the Park. Yes, he was on after Chic and before Grace Brown. Chic and Mika were great. Grace Brown. She's not for me.
Not for you?
No.
What about older Chic? You like her now or just...?
No.
No, okay.
She's just not for me. It was just too much. I'll not talk about what she did, because it was gross. But I just thought to myself, no, there's people in the audience here with children. Grace, no.
Leann has spoken.
Just no.
Bit
no,
of the
Grace.
crowd.
Just absolutely no.
I saw Mika in Doncaster.
Did you?
Doncaster Down. I was 14, 15.
Do you watch the programme with the pianos?
I did watch it recently because it was in Sheffield, and they have a piano in Sheffield train station, which is lovely until about you're leaving. It's about 10 o'clock at night, and someone's a bit merry, been on the happy pop, and they are plinky plonky on the piano.
Right, there we go. So I finished that off with a little bit of Seal Brown, and you can see that's really picked. And now how that has built the dimension as we've gone over with those different colours. And it's about starting with a lighter colour and then building your darker colours over the top. I'm just cleaning my brush
honestly
again.
was really thick. I said, which map is that? And then I realised it's upside down, hence why it doesn't look like a map of the world that George would reckon. There it is, there he is. This is a man with a driving licence and drives a lot for a job. Oh, goodness me. That's why I don't work in education, can you imagine?
I've got now Midnight.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick up the merest fly's eyelash whisper fairy wave of colour. So if I could communicate a tiny amount and make it tinier, that's how much.
Wow.
So I'm literally swiping my brush across the ink pad. I'm not pushing it in to pick up ink, I'm just swiping it across. There'll be hardly any there. And then I'm going whisper, touch, to pick up some of the contours.
Oh,
you can
amazing.
see that there. So it's just, I don't want to obliterate the blue here.
No.
I just want to pick it up on the map.
Carol on Facebook. Oh, I wonder, could you do a second folder print, cut it out like a mask, and use it when you ink it if you didn't want any of the mixing of the colours?
Oh, absolutely you could. It's your folder. With a craft knife, cut out the holes. Yeah, why not? That would look quite cool, actually. If they would like to do that. Yeah, if you don't want the colours to mix in, knock yourself out. Right, I'm just going to use my guillotine again. I had no idea I was going to do a masterclass on embossing when I came on the show tonight. But you know what? You can use these techniques with any of the folders you've got in any of the collections you've been collecting from us at home, and use them with gay banding, because I think it's nice to show you the why a 3D folder is so special when we're not rushing on a show where we've got to show you the whole thing, where we've got time to take our time and show you. So there you go. And then what I would do now is take my Midnight and my brush again and do a vignette. Vignettes are really important to bring your eye into the centre of the design and make the centre feel light and the outside feel dark. So I'm picking up a little bit of the Midnight and I'm coming in just around the edges. You can see there. And as I work my way around the edge with that dark ink, a tiny bit just on the edge, it's probably not even a quarter of an inch, I'm coming in onto the design, even over the land, it doesn't matter, because it's a stylised design that you're doing. Bring it all the way in.
Is there anywhere on that map you'd like to visit, Leann?
Well, I got an E in geography.
Okay.
So if you tell me the places that are on this map, I'll tell you if I want to visit them.
Okay.
Because I can't look at that and go, that is Africa.
Okay.
Or
Do you
Australia.
want to visit Africa? I mean, Africa's a very big continent. South Africa?
Yes, I would love to go to South Africa.
Okay.
I would like to go to South Africa. I'd like to go to Australia. I'd like to go to New Zealand. And I must, before I leave this mortal coil, go to Nashville.
Tennessee.
Right,
Why Nashville? Music.
There we go. Now see how the vignette, that little bit of dark around the outside, really does make that pop.
That's great.
And now you can start to put any of your toppers on here that you like. And it really does feel like that beautiful map, and you can decorate it with your boats, with your lighthouses, with whatever it is you would like.
That is beautiful. All possible, that embossing folder. Colleen said, wow, love the build-up, Leann. Loving this. Good things come to those that wait. Producer George, how many's left? Still 4. Come on. Some of you are sat there with this in your basket. I'm telling you now, do not wait, because someone's going to be disappointed. Will that be you? Who knows? It is that coastal selection. £90, $120. Remember, your Club Inspired Platinum price is at £72.96. We're going to take a short break. After the break, we'll be taking a deeper dive into The Night Before Christmas. A beautiful 12x12 and 6x6 paper pad. So make sure you don't go anywhere. We'll see you back here shortly.
Hi Crafty Peeps, Victoria here. I love Crafters TV because it shows you the best tips and tricks on how to use your crafty stash. It also connects you with people from all over the world, and nowhere else on Shopping TV you have the opportunity to live chat with other people from the other side of the world, for example, and laugh with them and be there for them when they're having a tough time. But also know that when you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well. And when you're having a bad time and not feeling well, when you're a bit down in the dumpster and you know Crafters TV is going to be on, there's going to be some laughters and there's going to be some fun. And the banter going on between the demonstrators and the demonstrators is just really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well. So that's personally why I love Crafters TV the most. It's the connection, the personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV and all the other crafters out there. So thank you, Sarah, from the bottom of my heart for coming up with Crafters TV and for bringing all the good fun and all the crafty tips to us. Yes, thank you. Keep up the good work, and I love you. Bye.
Pokey tools and paper pads, gilding, wax and stamping mats, scissors, glitter, builder blocks, faux snow fabric, rocker blocks, briars, misters, quilting clips, and die brush tools, precision snips, finger daubers, acetates, stencils, glue guns and templates, Gemini Pro, Julia and the OG, Gemini Go, Mini and the MIDI, tri-blend brush pens, aqua pens and aqua blends, illustrators, classics and tri-blends and color blends and glitter pens and sparkle pens, outliner pens. Fine tip glue, applicators, envelope box creators, stamping platforms, boxer boards, the big score and scoreboard, Nina card and craft card, glitter card, matte black card, craft kits, wadding and adhesive sheets, glass mats, guillotines and pen trays, ball tool, die stamps, ink trays, mitre tools and binding tools and toe bags, USBs, bone folders and punches, low-tack tape, paint brushes, stamens, mountboard, flower forming foam, outline markers, DVDs, spell quick Triton pads and CDs, gilding flakes and washi tape, tacky glue, red liner tape, craft asphalt press, sparkle pots, Centura pearl and sticky dots, pigment ink pads, chunky glue, buddy bags, all-purpose glue, embossing folders, blending tools, storage folders, much more too. Water reactive ink pads, buddy bags, craft magnets, gear of craft and glue, stick and spray and stick away, dotty tape and split pens, acrylic paint pens, tape pens, watercolor card, rotary cutters, magazines and stamping card, ultimate Pro and the rotating design board, Octopus Compendium, Sarah signature collections, and don't forget discovery kits. Oh, and there's foam pads, think that's it. One final thing, on a roll, foam on a roll.
Yes, welcome back to Monday Makers with me, George Akid. The wonderful Leann's here as well. Loads of you loving those fantastic demonstrations before the break with that fantastic coastal collection. Loads of you getting in touch. Great to have you with us today. Loads of you just saying how much you love that demo that Leann just did. Stephanie on Facebook, I love the masterclass shows, especially when you get a master like Leann to do them. Of course, she's one in a million. Jane on Facebook, beautiful. Trudy, just amazing, Leann. And Stephanie, still in the dimension, is wonderful. Colleen saying, Leann, you would love Nashville. I lived there, but for only 1 year for my husband's work back then to Cracker Barrel. Sarah and Liam love going to Cracker Barrel here in Florida. I want to go to Cracker Barrel. Loads of you are going there. I want to go. If you've joined us throughout the day, thanks for joining us again. If you haven't, you've missed out on our Santa Paws collection. We launched it today. It's a popular one. You guys are going crazy for it. Loads of you adding it into your baskets. Remember, some deals available for you on the website. Remember, you can buy it so you get all the goodies. There are some UK, EU ones available as well. To remind you on that collection that it is a pre-order. It won't be dispatched till around the 11th August. So if you are wanting to grab that, do be aware of that. Also, something to make you aware of is that if you are adding that into your basket and you're adding other items such as glues or glitters or some little bits that you need, you won't receive those until the Santa Paws dispatches. So if you're wanting to do that, my advice to you is to do 2 separate transactions so you've got 2 different orders. It's a Monday, it means we've got some mega deals for you. Something that I've not seen for you today, I've seen before, and I'm very excited to show it you. It is, excuse me, the Christmas Shaker Tag Die with Sequins. A huge saving, around 30-40% saving on this for you today. Tariff-free for you guys in the States, £20, $30. Club Inspire price is £16, $24. Let me show you what you're getting in there. To start with, you are getting this fantastic sheet of these fantastic beautiful copper bronze. Look at that. Fantastic metallic there for you. That is awesome. How many sheets that you are getting? You are getting a lot within this collection. Doesn't give me a number, but you are getting a lot within there. Also, you are getting your fantastic Yuletide Indecent sequins. So if you can see that through the bag, you're getting a mixture of your larger sequins and also your smaller sequins in there. But why are you receiving these, George? I will tell you, because you're making your shake cards. And this die set that you are getting here is awesome. This is awesome. As you can see, you're getting all the elements here to make fantastic shaker tags. So you could use these on your cards, but how good will these look attached to gifts so people know it's their present? Or you can make tree decorations with these. You've got the wonderful shaker elements there as well. So you've got the Father Christmas, the stocking, the snowflake, and the decorations as well. All the different elements to piece these together and create something absolutely incredible. Really unique design. I've not seen anything like this for a very, very long time. And that brilliant price, £20, $30. Club Inspire price. I mean, look at that, for £16. $24. That is a value. That is better than half price. That is a better than half. It is half price actually on your Club Inspire. You're getting all of this to make some incredible details and some great little decorations. Is it limited stock as well? Limited stock and tariff free. So if you're wanting to grab this, do not delay. Another great deal for you today on this Monday Maker for you as well. Another tariff free. In the words of Debbie Robinson, chunky. It's here. She sounds like Johnny Vegas. The chunky glitter paste and stencil 7-piece collection, £25, $35. I mean, that is better than half price. Let's just appreciate that right now. Better than half price. £25 Club Inspire, no, sorry, £20 in Club Inspire, $28. You are getting 4 different glitter pastes for you today. You are getting your wonderful Ice Angel, all perfect for Christmas. Will the lid be off so I can show you the colour? No, it's not, so I'll close it back up. You're getting that wonderful Ice Angel there for you. You're also getting the Snow Fairy. You are also getting the Snowflake. And finally, you are getting the Winter Radiance. So there you can see it. 4 fantastic different colours within that bracket of white and crispy. You can see them all there. They've all got a slight difference and they're all slight uniqueness to them. You're also going to be getting the fantastic stencils, humongous stencils, which allow you to create something like that. That is awesome. On your black card, on your white card, you're getting here, you're getting the sparkling bauble. So you can see when you add a bit of glitter to it, I mean, there it is on white, and it works really well on black as well. A humongous stencil as well, so you're getting that one. You're also going to be getting the Jingle Bell, that comes in there for you as well. You're also going to get the fantastic holly. And finally, you'll notice there's more, my goodness. You're also getting the snowdrifts. I mean, you can really go to town with these. You're also going to be getting as well your Frosty and Bright. And finally, I mean, this is my favourite, the Falling Snowflake. All yours today for that incredible price of £25, $35 plus as well. Oh my goodness, you are getting the low tack stencil tape as well. So that's coming in there for you as well. £25, $35. Club Inspire price of £20, $28. That deal won't be around for long, so if you're wanting to grab it on this Monday Makers, they are your Monday mega deals, and mega is the key word there for you. Something else which you've gone crazy for today, a brand new pre-order as well, a brand new paper pad. Ooh, I'll just bring it over here so I can show you in more detail for you today. We've been showing this throughout the day and it has been popular, really, really popular. It's a brand new 12x12 paper pad. It's the night before Christmas. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's traditional. It's your Christmas chocolate box wrapper. It's everything you want to see at Christmas. These are the pictures that you see on those cards from the shops. These can be yours today. So you've double-sided, remember, 12x12, 108 GSM, 24, you have got 12 different designs, 3 sheets of each. I mean, if that doesn't sum up Christmas for you in one picture, there it is. It is the night before Christmas. You can see exactly why. You've got the plaids there as well. Double-sided. Double side. Something's on my mind. Cider. Then you've got, I mean, these are works of art. They have got stories. You can see the stories here for you as well. You've also got them plaids here. Again, Father Christmas is going there on his sleigh, riding past that Christmas moon, moving on to, it's just These are beautiful. Leann, who's the incredible person who designs these? Because these
We've got
are
several people in our team.
awesome.
I think this one was done by Faye,
Yeah.
otherwise known as Paperpad.
Yes, I've met Faith.
But then we've also got Claire,
Yep.
Jess and Rachel, and Ruth, who
Yep.
all contribute to different paper pads at different times.
Amazing, an incredible team. I don't think it's such a different design. These are really traditional aspects of Christmas. And when we look at different, different paper
and
pads.
Amy.
You what, sorry?
And Amy.
And Amy as well. Don't leave anybody out.
No, and Charlie.
But these are so, that team you've got there, just geniuses. Because we've got sometimes a really modern design and we've got this really traditional Christmas. It's just beautiful, really is beautiful. I mean, where do you start cutting into this? I mean, you'd be wanting to grab a couple of these. That is the favourite, I think, amongst everyone here. It's a 12 by 12. You're getting that as well. If it wasn't good enough in 12 by 12, it's a 6 by 6 as well. So all that incredible detail that you've just seen there, you are getting 6 by 6, not losing any of that image. It's just there, smaller. Perfect for your card fronts. I mean, that's a card in itself. You've seen the design of them. And also, just to remind you, it's also double-sided. So that is awesome. 6 by 6 and 12 by 12. If that wasn't enough for your card and paper stock, in here as well, you are getting 100 sheets of A5, 4 different designs and colours. You're getting 25 of each. Starting off with your fantastic pearlescent there on this A5. I mean, it's just, try and get the light on it. There it is. There's that for you. That's your white. You've also got a matte mirror in red. You've also got that matte mirror gold and that wonderful glitter again. Red, that is beautiful. And as well, to make it tariff free, to make it a great deal for you, which is all we care about more than anything, you are getting some tacky glue in there, which is always going to be useful. Plus, you're going to get a Spring Meadow quick dry ink pad, perfect for your hollies, your ivies, your mistletoe, your Christmas plants. Then you're also going to be getting your double tape easy lift there, 2 rolls of that. That's in there for you. And finally, you're going to get your Crafter's Companion tote bag for £60, $85, £48 and $68. Leann, this paper pad is popular and I can see why. I mean, it's the traditional Christmas aspect, isn't it?
It really is, it really is. Is this your favourite paper?
The one that George said, yes, the one that's the last one, the first one on the sheet.
The first one on the pad, right, okay. So, sorry, I thought you were looking overhead there. There we are. So that's your favourite paper, guys. Yes, okay. So we're going to use this one then, and I'm going to use a sheet from the 6 by 6 pad. So that one, because that's your favourite. I quite like that one too. And I'm going to take the same sheet from the 12 by 12 pad, and we're going to make 2 cards, the same size, with the same sheet of paper at different scales so that you can see how you would do that at home with matching and living. And so you can see the difference between the two. I thought it would be nice to use them and be able to see the difference between the smaller pad and the larger pad and why we give you a big pad and a little pad. And what I keep talking to you about in terms of intentional design and being able to cut up the paper and have it used in different ways, I thought let's just take a minute to do that together so you can see what I'm talking about. So the first thing I need to do is fold myself a card base. So I'm going to use my Ultimate Pro. It's always at hand. And I'm just going to do a half fold. You always butt up against the handle. Score your line several times, fold away from the score line, butt it up against the edge and burnish. That gets you a beautiful hand-finished card. So if you haven't got your Ultimate Pro, keep an eye out, but I know hundreds of thousands of you have got an Ultimate Pro.
Yes.
So you probably have got one sitting somewhere. This is the scoring tool that I use and have used since I bought my very first one 17 years ago.
Really?
Yep, still got the same one. It's got Leann Chivers sharpied on the side. And I will not let go of it. It is the tool that I use every single time I craft. I cannot be without it. So I've got my 2 card bases there, and then I'm just going to trim them down to a square. So I can see on my guillotine here, using this as a little measurer, that is just over 5 3/4. And so in the US, you would do this at 5 1/2. Because your 8.5 by 11 goes to a perfect 5 1/2 square. UK, we do 5 3/4 because that's the size A4 trims down to.
Yes.
But basically you want a square card. It could be a 7x7 card if you wanted. It could be an 8x8 card. It could be any size you like. Can I just say, the reason I've done it like this, just as another top tip for you, can you see I've got 2 little pieces here left that are folded? These get made into miniature cards with scraps of paper.
Wow.
And then you're not, because you've got those 2 folded pieces. And so they're lovely little tent-fold cards or gift tags.
Gift tags, yeah.
That you can use your scraps of paper to decorate up at the same time as you're making your cards, so you haven't got any waste.
Perfect.
Okay, so keep those. Now I'm going to start trimming my mats and layers. So I've got my 2 square cards, and I'm going to start with what colour? What colour? Black. Because I do like a black mat and layer.
Yeah.
And the reason I like that is it makes everything pop. So when you go to a professional picture framers, you always get, there's always like a dark recess or a dark mat or dark layer in between the white layers. And that really does help everything pop. And so I do like to do it. I think it's one of the best colours to mat and layer with. And I'm just coming down, in this case, by 1/8 of an inch. And then some of my mats and layers I'll come down by 1/4 of an inch. We'll just see where it goes. I just want to see where that one was to remember. That was just there. Just so I've got the same size on both, because I want them to look the same for you. There we go. So trim that down. And we are doing this by scratch again. I hope it's all right for everybody at home that I'm taking my time to show you the measurements and do this, because I think it's nice to see it sometimes when you don't have the opportunity. Right, we'll come back to those little bits in a minute. And then I think because it's got lots of lovely gold in, we're going to use some matte gold mirror.
Beautiful.
And so this one's coming down now by 1/4 of an inch.
And it does come in with that collection as well, on the A5 size. So you are getting the gold matte mirror as well, 25 sheets of that. I mean, the price, you are getting 100 sheets of card, A5. That's great.
It's incredible. And then what I do is, once I've cut it, I just check that I'm happy with the distance of the mat and layer, and I really like that. So that I'm okay. I know I don't need to trim any more off. Just remembering the size again. Why can I not remember the sizes? There we go. And then this one's coming here. So it's just taking 1/4 of an inch away. So when you're matting and layering, you essentially, every time you cut the next piece that's going to get stuck on top of the piece below, come down by 1/4 of an inch, and you get really lovely drawing of the eye into the design. Okay, so I've got that there, and they're going to get stuck onto my card fronts, which I've got here.
Amazing.
So you can see there I've got my card fronts, I've got my 2 squares, and now I'm going to start cutting the paper before I mat and layer.
Amazing.
So this one, let's just make sure that was the right size. I don't need to trim anything off. Yes, it was. And so to bring this one down now, I'm going to use my straight out of the packet 6x6 paper. But I need this now to be 5 1/4 inches square. Now what I'll do when I look at this with my 6x6 piece of paper, I need to take somewhere 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Now to do that, you take fly's eyelashes from each of the 4 sides in even amounts. And what that does is proportionately draw down that image, which keeps the proportion correct, so that you don't lose any of the image, and it means that you still get to frame it beautifully.
Right.
However, if you've got something like this, where you've got the little reindeers coming to the edge, and that proportionate amount would take too much, you take a little bit more from the opposite side, so that you can keep the design where you would like it to be. So I know that I want this to be finished at 5 1/4. I don't want to take too much off this side, because I don't want to lose the reindeer out of the picture. I don't want to chop his nose off. So I know I need to lose 3/4 of an inch, so I'm going to take that there now to 5 1/2 inches. And all that's done is take away the little bit of the lamp in the side, but it's still designed because it's still there. So check that. Now I go and take from the other side, the other 1/4 of an inch, making sure that I don't take away the reindeer, which I haven't. So you can see that there, the reindeer is still in possession of his nose. And then from the other 2 sides, all I need to do is take the 1/4 of an inch and then the 1/4 inch, and that gets me to the 5.5 inch square that I need. But look, that doesn't look any different to when I pulled it out of the pad. The image is still intact and can still be seen in its entirety. And then when I put this onto my card, oh, I need it a bit further down, take a bit more off the top. What does it need to be? Hang on. Trying to keep the measurements in my hand, in my eye. Oh yes, I need to get a little bit more off. If you need a little bit more off, what you do is you keep proportionately just trimming it away, top and bottom, so that you don't lose any of the focus of the middle design. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And there we are, I'm happy with that now. Look, that's on the on the gold mat, and that just shines beautifully and can be matted and laid on there. We'll glue that in a second. Okay, so that's ready. That's how you deal with the 6x6 to make a beautiful card top. Now we're going to do a similar thing, but with the 12x12. And we talk about intentional design all the time, don't we?
Yeah.
So I can see that that bit of Santa is going to be too big for a square card.
Yeah.
Is he going to be too big? Yes. So I can look at that paper and think, okay, so I want to keep him for a card for another day. I don't want to ruin my big 12x12 piece. Which piece of this design do I think would work well as a card in its own right? And I think, actually, that little tree would be lovely. So I'm going to take Santa here and save him. I can see where I'm cutting him, so I don't want to cut him off. I want him for another card. And actually, he would be brilliant for a 5x7 card.
Yeah.
So I can bring that down just a little bit more than the 5 1/4 that I cut it to before to save him, and chop my paper, which saves that piece. And you can see there now, that is perfect, an oblong topper, and so is this. Now I can go here, and this is just under 5 1/4 inches in width. So I'm going to do the same because it's a square card that I'm doing. Take this down here, and I've got this lovely topper, which in fact is an entire Christmas tree with some houses behind it. And that's allowed me to save this lovely bit of paper and this lovely bit of paper for another card.
Amazing.
Which means that your 12x12 papers are saved, and it allows you to get the most bang for the buck when you're putting your papers together and when you're chopping them out your pad. And you know, we talk about that all the time and never get the chance to show you it. So I'm really glad that I've had the opportunity to do that with you today. And then we're just going to do our matting and layering onto the fronts of the card. So I'm using the black card that I've got here.
Get the
Come
glue.
on,
Go on. Little shake, little shake.
No.
Do you know what? I think today has been great, the stuff we've had on. I think we've had some beautiful stuff on today. It's been one of the days where you just go, do you know what, I don't know what to start with first. Mary Beth on Facebook says, now that I've seen Leann use these embossing folders, I want both of them. I can't blame you on that one. And Caroline on Facebook, I have an Ultimate Pro and love it. My son got it for me for Christmas a few years ago, and it came with a signed photo of Ben and Sarah.
Oh, fabulous. That's absolutely fabulous. So you can see I'm building up my card now. So I've got my black mat and layer onto my white card. And then I'm going in with my piece of gold matte mirror. There we go. And that's going to go over the top there. So I just take my time. I would normally do this with a wet glue. It's just I haven't got very much wet glue left in my bottle, so it needs to stand upside down with the glue pointing towards the top for me to get it out. So I'll just do it with a tape pen for now. When you do it with a wet glue, you get some wiggle room, but you'll forgive me. So there's my gold matte and layer on there, and then my Santa is coming in here, matted and layered on there.
Okay.
And then all you would need is maybe a little sentiment, a little ribbon, a gem, a bit of glitter, perhaps, just some little bits of, you know, something, and that would make a lovely finished card for you.
I just think these cards are just awesome. I just think this is something that you could buy in the shop and spend a lot of money on, but you can make these personalised, make them beautiful. I mean, look at that. That's awesome.
And that's how you would use your 6x6 to make an entire card front, by trimming it down a little bit, but keeping the trimming proportional so your image remains in the centre. And then the next bit we've got for the second card was the purposeful trimming of the 12 by 12, wasn't it?
Yes.
Tape pen's about to run out too. Let's pop that there and I'll get another tape pen. So I'm just doing the matting and layering again. The black really draws your eye in as a contrast from the white card. There we go. Then we've got our gold to give it a little pop. And then I'm going to show you something else that I really love to do. Do you want to do that now or do you want to do a little break? Okay, when we come back from the little break, after I've shown you this, I'll show you the other bits that I love to do to finish these cards off using your paper pads. It's what takes your card then from homemade to handmade. And it's the little finishing touches which really do elevate the things that you're making and allow you to stick an extra $1, an extra £1 on it when you're selling them.
Yeah.
So there you go, that's our 12 by 12 pad. That started off with the exact same design, but in 12 by 12, where we've just cut to show the houses in the background, the ambience, the presents in the tree. And then this is the one where we've done the full 6 by 6 from the same pad. And when we come back, I'll show you the other little bits that I'll do.
Amazing, all made possible with the Night Before Christmas pad collection. Remember some great elements within that for you today. Trudy on Facebook said valuable instructions, and Sheila loved this demo. All made possible with that paper pad collection. We'll take a short break and we're back here for more Money Makers in just a few moments.
Hi, Sarah. We're the Crafting Divas from Florida, the ladies you met at HSN last April. We met and chatted and learned we lived near each other, so now we get together every month and we craft.
I'm Karen, and I love Crafters Companion so much that I changed the color theme in my craft room. It is now all purple, and 95% of my products are from Crafters Companion.
And I'm Elaine, and I watch every day, and I love, love, love the craft along. Keep it coming.
I'm Colleen, and I love all the demonstrations. I learned so much, and I love the Demmings who are demonstrating, and you all treat us like family.
And I'm also Karen, and I love my Gemini. I have a Pro, and that is the workhorse in my craft room.
I'm Lynn, and I love CC because of the friends that I've met through.
I love Ben and all the parodies he does. I'm Kim.
And Sarah, we have a question for you. How about lunch on us the next time you're here in Florida? Our treat, and we're celebrating you taking back your company. Woo!
Hello, my name is Christine Mahoney. I love Crafters TV for so many reasons. Number one is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects. That's what sells me on buying the products because they show us how to use them. I love all of the products and all of the paper pads, of course, and everyone involved in Crafters TV and Crafters Companion. And of course the interaction with all of the people that write in. I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much. So, cheers to my favorite crafting company of all time. You bring me such joy like the taste of this fine red wine. The products, the people, and Crafters TV bring me joy, make me happy, and you're all family to me. I love you all so very much. Now let's all stay in touch. Cheers.
Hi, it's Jay Pressey from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Why I love Crafters TV. Simply put, your skibbity riz, as Ben #lead presenter apparently usually says. The quality of the products are phenomenal. Value for money is exceptional. The instruction and inspiration is mind-blowing. And you know you're always going to get a laugh. And if you see the two guys in the back here, that's why I really love Crafters TV. I am very happy and fortunate to be part of the CTV family. Toodles!
Hello, welcome back to your Monday Makers with me, George Akid. I think we should rename this a masterclass, because everyone's loving Leann's fantastic ideas and demos. Stephanie on Facebook, this is truly a masterclass. And Doris A on YouTube, thanks Leann for these demonstrations. Some great demonstrations, some great deals to be had. Remember, you can head to crafterscompanion.com or .co.uk and get some fantastic deals today. We have been launching some brand new launches. Don't forget about the Santa Paws and that fantastic paper pad that we showed you the night before Christmas is a pre-order. It will be launching, it will be shipping, shall I say, from the 11th of August. So if you are wanting to grab that, you'll be getting that around the 11th of August. But just bear something in mind, if you are ordering that along with other items in your basket today, they'll all be dispatched at the same time. So if you are wanting to grab maybe some consumables, you may want to do 2 separate transactions so you get those other items a little bit quicker than the paper pads. While Leann's getting ready for our next demonstration, let's just take you through some more fantastic ideas. The Glitter Essentials and Metallic Bundle. Again, another tariff-free deal for you guys over in the States. £30, $40, £24, $32 for 10 different... Only 35 of these left as well, George is telling me in my ear. Some essentials there for you. You've got your Shamrock, Raspberry, Cerulean, Cosmic Cobalt, Iris. They're there for you. I mean, they are beautiful. And you've also got your metallics with your Sunray, Nickel, Galaxy, Interstellar, and Sunrise. Great name, that. That's there for you as well. Plus, you are also going to be getting... your die-cut stencil sheets working alongside your glitters. You're getting them in there as well, which is perfect for A4 size for you to use alongside your glitters. Plus as well, to make this a great little bundle, you are getting your fantastic tea towel. Crafting makes me happy. That's in there for you as well. So if you're wanting to get that as well, that is your stake for £30, $40, £24, $32 on your Club Inspire, and it is tariff-free. Some more tariff-free deals for you. Why? Because we love you. These are your watercolour collections. Now, again, a brilliant price, £50, $75, should I say. Your Club Inspire price of £40, $60. Just some beautiful stamps here for you. Starting off first of all with the stamp, with the star, should I say, that's in there for you as well. Moving over to your square, then you have got the circle, got your love heart, got your rectangle, got your teardrop, and you have got your oval. Now, Leann, these are watercolour stamps. How do these work before I go through the rest of the bundle? Because looking at that, it's just a bunch of lines.
So you'll be forgiven for looking at those and thinking, why do I need some more nestings? They're not dies, they're stamps. And the reason you've got the stamps is so you can create beautiful finished examples like this, where you stamp with your watercolour and then you drag the watercolour out and you can create the most beautiful watercolour shapes which look like you've hand created this beautiful artwork yourself, but having that symmetrical shape to work with and be able to create all of these things means that you look like an artist, and all you need is a little bit of watercolour paint to go with and make them work. Even down to beautiful backgrounds, to really custom designs, to very bespoke, where you've got your beautiful hearts. Do them transparent and make them into lovely balloons. You've got all of the nesting sizes which allow you to do that from large to small. You can get really involved and do all of the beautiful watercolour backgrounds. Make your Christmas cards with the baubles that look absolutely glorious. Do something for the star in your life. I've got these upside down, I'm sorry. And then you can see with the oblongs you can make your presents. With the circles you can make your ladybirds if you want to. You can just do your lovely backgrounds if that's what you like. And then with the hearts, look, you can make butterflies and you can make your 4-leaf clover. So those particular watercolour stamps are absolutely exceptional to make you look like a watercolour artist, when all you need to do is put your paint on the stamp, stamp it and let it do its thing.
Absolutely. And as well, not just only are you getting the stamps to do that, you're getting 2 fantastic dies, 2 quick dry inks. You're getting your Crushed Velvet. That is coming within that bundle deal there for you today. And you're also getting the Honey Pot as well. Now, if you are using stamps, you're going to need the tools to applicate those stamps. We're chucking in the rocker blocks as well. You can't go wrong. It's a rocker block you see us use this day in, day out. They're in there for you today. Two different sizes. You've got a larger, fantastic rocker block and that slimline one as well. £50, $75, £40, $60 if you're Club Inspired Platinum, and that can be yours today. Remember, tariff free. Another deal that is tariff free at the moment is the night before Christmas. It's launching today. It will be dispatched from the 11th of August, so you can pre-order it at £60, $85. You get that 12x12, 6x6, 100 sheets of A5 cardstock with your glitters, your matte mirrors, and that pearlescent as well. Plus, as well, you are getting that ink pad, you're getting your tacky glue, and you're also getting your tote bag. Before the break, Leann was looking at the cards, making a 6x6 and a 12x12, and making it down into a smaller card. Leann, what's next?
Yeah, so there's the two cards that we made. This is the one we made with a full 6x6 front, and this is the one we made by intentionally trimming that 12x12 design down. Then what I've done is taken, so this was the 12x12 sheet of paper that we started with. And if you remember, we took the tree from this side of the paper when we trimmed it down, which meant I had this bit of paper left. So what I've done is taken that bit of paper and then made myself two internal decorations for my cards, which really elevates it. But look what that leaves behind. Look at all of this for whatever you want to use it for, and that's one 12x12 sheet of paper that's achieved that for you. And it means you've got no waste. So when I've looked at those two cards, I've then taken that piece that was left from the top of this design, like that, so you can see how the house goes together, and then I've trimmed it, and now we're going to decorate the inside of the cards. That's using the leftover from the 12x12. And I've followed the format that I had at the on the front with the black matte layer. We do need some more glue. There we go. It's gone. So we need some more straight tape pens and some more all-purpose glue on the craft station, please. Lovely, thank you. And then I'm following that inside. So I've got the same decrease. You can see there. So that's coming down. That's matte and laid. And then I've got the same with my matte mirror. Yeah. And this is the piece of waste matte mirror that was left from cutting the mattes and layers for the front of the card. So I've just used that. So this is all from one sheet of matte mirror. I haven't used anything else from my stash. So just by being careful with how you cut down the pieces that you're using, you can be really frugal and make a really expensive feeling, luxurious card, just using clever cutting and then your little scraps in a different way. So that's that one, and then I'll do the same on this one. And because I've got the 6x6 and 12x12 pad and I've used the same paper, just the 12x12 version of it, the design carries through. Even though it's at a different scale, the colour palette, the look, the feel, the ambience, the scale, it all feels the same. So it carries through onto the inside of the card. It doesn't clash at all. So we'll just do the matting and layering. So that's the black, then the gold, then the paper. There we go.
It looks incredible. That gold just transforms it, doesn't it?
It does. And then we've got our final piece here.
Beautiful.
Matted and laid beautifully. And having that inside your card so that when you're gifting this, when you're giving it to somebody, well, that's a beautiful card. They receive it. Thanks very much. Open it up. That elevates it. Having that design inside there as well. You've still got your place to write whatever you want to say to them, but it just uses your little bits of scraps in a clever way that elevates from homemade to handmade. And honestly, at home, if I've still got a little scrap, I had like a little inch strip left, I then put a little strip down the back here. And it feels really elegant. So that's how you use your 6x6 and your 12x12 with some intentional trimming and a bit of matting and layering.
Perfect. That fantastic night before Christmas. Let me get the paper pad for you. Let's just take a little close look at those fantastic designs within there for you today. And there's one more little item within this for you. So remember, you get that 12x12, which Leann's just been showing you there. Amazing designs. 180 GSM, allowing you to create something beautiful. 12 by 12, double-sided. You've got some beautiful designs on either side. The question is, which design are you going to use? Sorry, Sam, didn't make your life easy there, mate. You've got some great designs here for you. I mean, they're all a card within themselves. They're all an image. They're all a piece of artwork that you are going to want to use time and time again. That is there for you. Now remember, that's also there for you as well in a 6 by 6 form as well, so you're still getting that fantastic quality and detail in a smaller size. Plus, if that wasn't enough for you, you have going to get 100 sheets of cardstock in 4 different designs, 25 each. You've got a wonderful white pearl there for you. You've got your red mirror, matte mirror, you've got your gold matte mirror, and you've also got your red glitter stock as well. You're also going to be getting your quick dry spring meadow ink pad, your tacky glue, your rolls of double-sized tape, and your Crafter's Companion tote bag. So much within that collection at a brilliant price, £60, $85. Something to remember as well on that is that it is a pre-order. That will be dispatching from around the 12th of August. So if you are adding that into your basket, 11th of August, should I say, if you are adding that into your basket, do be aware that you won't be receiving that until that date. And if you are adding extra items within your basket, you won't be receiving those till that date either. Now, very traditional. Very traditional, I love that. Now we're going that other range, all the way to the other end of Christmas with that modern feel, that nice, classy, classic, great Gatsby feel with this, the Opulence collection. This, oh my goodness, is very popular as well. A lot of you going for both of these because you've got the full range of Christmas, from traditional, that kind of modern feel. This is, again, a 12 by 12 paper pad. Now, this would be, you can see a bit of foil just poking through there at the bottom, 180 GSM. Leann talked about this earlier, she'll explain this more today as well. It's perfect for fantastic items to make. Let's take a closer look. Again, double-sided. On the back side, you get that wonderful pearlescent, as you can see there. But I mean, the real star of this is that foil there. I mean, opulence is the word. You've got that there. You've also got it, oh my goodness, I'm getting rubbish. You've also got your, look at that. It's just chocolate box wrappers to me. This, it screams classy. It screams that wonderful, you know when you get a new box of chocolates and you took that first layer off and all the chocolates are there in the chocolate box looking at you, ready to be demolished, and you're going, which one's got the coffee cream in it? This is what it reminds me of, that beautiful first image. Look at that. I mean, there's more foil on there. There is card. That's how incredible, luxurious these are for you. You've also got beautiful snowflakes. That is gorgeous. You've also got that beautiful kind of mauve colour there with your stars. That is stunning. Plus, as well, like with the night before Christmas, you are getting some fantastic cardstock as well. You are getting here 100 sheets of this, 100 sheets, 25 each of each kind of the A5 size. That wonderful green glitter, which you can see just there for you. Also getting that in gold. I mean, those two just complement each other so well. They really do. And then you've also got a matte mirror as well in those complementing colours. As you can see, all four going well together. You're also going to be getting as well your tacky glue within there as well. Plus as well, you're also getting your Crafter's Companion goodie bag and as well your lookbook, some more inspiration, some great ideas. And I mean, Leann's talked about it. You can see some of the boxes you can make in this. You can see some of the great ideas, decorations, really taking this to the next level. And that, you can see that, look at that snowflake there on the others there for you. That's possible because it's 180 GSM, it's not thick cardstock, but still strong and allows you to bend and create. £45, $60, club inspired price of £36, $48. Leann, this is just next level.
Oh, it is. You're absolutely right. It's glorious, isn't it? And I was just flicking through those papers as you were chatting, deciding on which one I want to use. And I couldn't decide because every single one is just as beautiful as the next. But anyway, I've landed on doing this beautiful teal with the gold snowflake. Can we shout of Jake and ask him if he can find some ribbon for me, please? Ooh. Yes, please. Because we're about to do a no glue gift box for Christmas.
Right.
And so this is great. It's like a little way of gifting some nice things, but you don't have to use any glue. They're quick and easy to make. How many sheets was in that pad again, George? Is it 24?
There is 24 sheets.
Yeah. So this would be using one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. If you only used this pad for what I'm about to show you, you get 24 Christmas gift boxes.
You can't buy them. that price.
Isn't it? You can't, absolutely. So, and they will be beautiful. And you know, for those of you who've been around for a little while, you may have seen this before, but sometimes I think the oldies are the goodies, and it's good to go back and just remind ourselves and look at them again. So what I've got here is my Ultimate Pro, and each of my lines on my Ultimate Pro here are ½ an inch apart. So this is half an inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, hang on. I think I might need it at 4 inches. 4, 8, 12, I do. I'm going to get a different board.
Okay, you get a different board. A lot of you live in this collection. They're fantastic. Stephanie's just saying on Facebook, so many wonderful tips today to elevate our cards and makes Leanne. Thank you. And Tara, what a stunning collection, Crafter's Companion. You smashed it again. This is about the Opulence. It really is. Sheila's asking on YouTube, that card that you made before the break, that night before the night before Christmas, what do you put a sentiment on the front of the card? Now, she's asking Leanne that, but I would say no, you don't need to put a sentiment on the front of the card, because the card is in the artwork of that paper pad. It's all there for you. I mean, feel free to put a sentiment. I mean, what would you do, Leanne? That card that you made before the break, would you put a sentiment on there?
Yes, you can. I just didn't want to, because I haven't got one here. I just want to show you how the papers go together so that you can then decide, do you want to stamp in the centre and put a verse? Do you want to put a little sentiment on the outside? Do you want to put a couple of snowflake toppers on there? Do you want to put a Christmas tree on there? Do you want to put some glitter glue on, or a little bit of glitter paste? Like, the extra little bits that you put on are entirely up to you. It's your design. I just wanted to show you how you can use that paper pad by 6x6 and 12x12 cleverly to get maximum use out of it and really display them beautifully on your card fronts. Then the little extra bits, that's all down to you. That's your design. Amazing.
Right, so we are looking at the Christmas Opulence. Jake has delivered the ribbon. Are we all good with our measurements, Leanne?
We're good with our measurements. So we've got a 12x12 piece of paper or card here. I haven't trimmed anything off it at all. And because this is 12x12 and I need to score this into tic-tac-toe. So
Right.
3x3.
Yeah.
Which means I need the 4-inch scoring line to be able to do that. So I've got my board here and I've got my 4-inch scoring line, and I'm going to score at 4 inches.
Perfect.
There we go. And you can, if you've got a board like me, which then has 8 inches, go to 8 inches.
Yeah.
But if you don't and you've got a smaller board, and can you just see, actually, I'm just going to, when you're scoring over the top of foil, don't go in heavy-handed straight away.
Right.
Don't just go in and push with the maximum pressure for your score line. You'll see what I'm doing is I'm just gently rubbing over this several times. And you can see I'm going over the same line several times. The reason for that is it breaks the fibres in the card and it bends the foil, but it doesn't break the foil.
Okay.
Which means then when I fold it, that foil will bend around the crease and the curve that we create when we do our box.
Amazing.
And that gives it that professional finish, so it doesn't look, so you haven't got cracks in your crease, which is not what you want at all. So then I turn it round and I put the edge up against, and then I go again to the 4-inch line. So that's 4 inches on both sides. So I've got 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. Okay?
Yeah.
On the vertical. I then turn that around and I go with the tic-tac-toe and I do the 4 inches again. So I'm creating little squares, which you can see there.
Looks good.
Okay, you'll see when I come to fold it. And then I turn it round and I do exactly the same on the opposite side, only using the 4-inch line and doing that gentle scoring so that I bend the fibres in the card, I break the fibres in the card down so it bends to my will, it knows where I want it to go, and that foil will bend around the creases. So we can see there now I've managed to do that. Now what we're going to do is score diagonally.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm finding that 4-inch line on my card, and then I'm pointing this in the same direction. So I'm just waiting until it feels like it's there, and I'll trace it down without pushing, and I can see that that's right. So I can feel like my tool is now sat in that 4-inch groove, and the reason I've turned it off the board is I've put the point at the centre line here. That black line could be anywhere. I always draw a black line in the middle of my board. If you put the point that you're about to score at the black line, and then just move this till you feel it's in the same place vertically, and then just trace that down and see that it is, you'll know you're in the right place to score across the middle of the outside squares only in a diagonal way. So I've got that at the point, then I move that till it sits in the place, I feel that sitting there, follow that down, come straight to the point so I know I can score it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you do that on all 4 corners. So you see I anchor it with the tool, get my point in the same place, trace it, that wasn't quite right, next one along. And I haven't marked it because I didn't put any pressure on, I'm just tracing it down. And I want the next one along there. There we go, that's the one I want. So then I score the line. So just take your time until your tool fits into the groove that you want and you'll feel it settle. So put your point on the point and then move this until it sets in a groove. Trace it down. Make sure it's going where you want it to go. Don't put any pressure on. And then that one needs to come up there a little bit. So I'll just trace that down again. Not quite in the right place. Trace that down again. There we go.
Amazing.
Okay, so once you've done that, you've got all of your score lines in place.
Yep.
Now what we're going to do is fold it. So turn it over and then we're going to burnish. Burnishing is really important. So the first lines you burnish are the vertical lines that we scored and then the horizontal. So these get folded in towards each other. So you can see we've got that. And then we do exactly the same in the opposite direction. It's a bit like doing one of those.
Yeah, like a paper origami thing, yeah.
And then we fold that in and burnish. Burnish is really important because that's where you get lovely, crisp fold lines. So fold that in. So now we've got folds that way and it folds that way. Now that we've done that, what we can do is keep our finger here and pinch the score line you've just folded in. And then it'll want to go to the centre. And when you've done that, when you've pinched it in, and just take your time, sometimes you might need to pull it towards you. See, I've done that there.
Yeah.
I can feel I've got that correct score line now. I can pinch it all the way down, which brings that into a lovely, crisp, meaty point there, you can see. Once I've done that, you lie it down on the board in front of you and then burnish that triangle flat.
Perfect.
Okay, so there's the triangle. Can you see it?
Yep.
Yes. Then you burnish that triangle flat and that gives you that beautiful point. You do that on all 4 of the corners. So find your corner, nip to get it going, nip in, bend it towards you. When you nip it in, just make sure that your sides meet and they've got lovely and straight edges there. Keep a hold of it, lie it down on the board, burnish your triangle inside. And do that on all 4 of the corners.
Brilliant. Linda said, I'm saving this show for the great ideas. This show has been filled with ideas. And we've just gone with the flow. We have created some amazing things today. Those fantastic 3D embossing techniques and using inks, using your paper pads to make sure you get the most value for money with your 12x12s and your 6x6s. This, I mean, taking a paper pad and creating this into it, I just think this show's been awesome for Monday Makers. It's been brilliant. Don't forget, you can save shows on YouTube and come back and watch them as many times as you wish. And don't feel like tomorrow is going to be half a day either. There's new launches tomorrow as well. Talk about that very, very shortly. Leanne, that looks awesome.
Doesn't it? So now when you've done that, what you bring together is a Christmas gifting basket. Great. And to tie that together, you would lie it down and you use your hole punch or your Japanese screw punch, and in each one of the corners you punch a circle in both ends all the way around. I need a different pad. I need a self-healing cutting mat's what I need. Where for art thou self-healing cutting mat? Can't see one. Okay, I'll just do it and then
you can do it.
You'll get the idea. Self-healing cutting mat means that the Japanese screw punch doesn't run away with itself and mash up your card, but you'll get the idea. So we're going around. It's better if you've got one of them ones that you can just push-oing, but I couldn't find one. So this will be a bit messy. Yours will be better. If you've got a self-healing cutting mat, it'll work better for you. So you put a hole in all of the corners, and then with your tweezers and some ribbon, just grabbing some tweezers, guys, bear with. Here they are. With your tweezers and some ribbon, you feed your ribbon through. I find it best to put my tweezer through the hole, grab my ribbon and pull.
Right.
And then you're not trying to poke it through. Grab my ribbon, pull it through. There we go. So it's going to go through there, and then it's going to go through this one.
Yeah.
So you're almost threading it in and threading it out, if that makes sense, George.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'll do that there, and then you'll do the same over here. And this piece of ribbon probably isn't big enough to go around, but you will get the idea. And this is brilliant because no glue needed whatsoever. And it means that, as well, the gift basket can be reused several times
Yes,
if
absolutely.
you need to. There we go. Put that through there. Well, it might be big enough. And then through this one. So you can see what I'm doing. It's just like threading a shoelace, really.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all coming together so quickly.
Through here. You go all the way around.
Nearly there.
Nearly there. And you'll use a ribbon that matches.
Yeah. But I think that goes, you know.
This is all Jake could get his hands on. But, yeah, it's not the end of the world,
No,
is it?
I think it looks quite nice, actually.
It's not the end of the world. Right, so once you've done that, you can then pop your gift inside.
Look at that.
Chocolates, shortbread, biscuits, handmade gift, whatever you've done. Tie yourself a little bow on the top, and that's a gift. I tend to wrap it with tissue paper, stuff tissue in the paper in the top, so you can't see what it is. Tie a little bow on the top to gift it, and there you go, you're good to give it. Now, just one last thing to show you. Have you seen how to do a snake tongue on the end of your ribbon? You know, like a fork?
You just snip it, don't you? Is that how it works?
So, a lot of people go like, try to go snip, snip and get it even.
Yeah, that's what I do,
You would never get it even like that. So to do it professionally, what you do is you fold your ribbon in half away down from you. So the fold's at the top and the two ends are at the bottom. Hold it where you would like the little snip to be, and then angle your scissor, snip.
Oh, Leann.
When you're wrapping your presents.
You strike again.
So fold it down so the fold's at the top and the two ends meet at the bottom. Angle your scissor, snip. There you go. And that just finishes it off. And that is how you make a no glue gift basket, and you can make 24 of them with your Opulence pad.
She's good, isn't she? She's good. We love her. Loads of you are going to save this show. I know it. All made possible with that Christmas Opulent paper pad. Remember, 8 different designs, 24 sheets, 108 GSM, which allows you that fantastic construction, which you've just seen Leann done there. That's all in there for you today, those fantastic designs. Then you are also going to be getting your tacky glue. You're also going to be getting those fantastic sheets of A5 in those 4 fantastic colours, 100 different sheets, 25 of each design, plus your one fantastic lookbook, and as well your Crafters Companion tote bag. Oh my goodness, what a day we have had here on Crafters TV. We've had a brand new launch at Santa Paws. We've had so much, those new paper pads, not before Christmas. Just to remind you, the fantastic Christmas Opulence paper pad, the Night Before Christmas and the Santa Paws collection are all prepared pre-orders. They will be dispatched from around the 11th of August. So if you are grabbing those today, just be aware that they are being dispatched from the 11th of August. One thing to remember, if you are adding other things into your basket alongside the Santa Paws or any other pre-orders, they won't be dispatched until the same time. So if you are wanting to get things, my advice to you is do 2 different transactions. You'll get your other items a little bit sooner than you'll get the Santa Paws or the paper pads. Leann, what a great day. When are you back with us?
I'm back on the 29th, I think. I think it's the 29th.
29th, perfect. Well, I look forward to you seeing you then. Listen, we've got loads coming up for you tomorrow. Remember, 10 a.m. here in the UK. Ben's back with his big breakfast show, getting you ready for the fantastic deals. And then the fantastic Sheila is joining Ben all day tomorrow, 12 p.m. wake up call. That'll be around, that'll be 7 a.m. in the East Coast for your wake up call. And then it's at launch day tomorrow at 2 p.m. here in the UK, 9 a.m. over on the East Coast. Your rhinestone applicator. That is very exciting. And remember, finishing off the day with Craft Your Stash. Thank you to the entire team. Thank you to Sheila for this morning. Thank you to Jordan, Sam, and the wonderful Jake, and of course you, Leanne, and to wonderful Jan on the socials. In the meantime, I will see you around. You take care of yourselves, and until we meet again, see you very, very soon. Goodbye.